Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today.
In a world where dreams meet reality, there exists a place where your business can flourish. That place is Shopify. Imagine having the power to craft your online store with tools that make it as easy as a gentle breeze. Whether you're an artisan of handmade wonders, a creator of digital treasures, or a curator of the latest trends, Shopify stands by your side. With its customizable templates, seamless integrations, and support that's always there, your dream store is just a heartbeat away. Join millions of visionaries around the globe and let Shopify guide you on your journey. Visit roguemedianetwork.com/Shopify. That's roguemedianetwork.com/SHOPIFY. And embark on your free trial. Shopify, where your commerce dreams come to life. This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
I am Rachel Ruth Tate, and this is Text Astrology. Howdy, folks. Rachel Ruth here again, coming to you as your bi-monthly podcasting astrologer. Before we begin the show, I want to remind you all listening that I can and want to read your natal chart. Check out my schedule at www.textastrology.com and let's make meaning from your lived experience together. And now to the main dish. In today's episode, we attend to a new moon in Leo, happening on Wednesday, August 16th, early in the morning at 4:39 a.m. And Leo does enjoy attention. The astrology of this upcoming lunar cycle is here to please and perform. Leo is the fifth sign in the zodiac, our fixed fire sign ruled by the sun and symbolized by the lion. Leo is also the sign on the tip of everyone's tongues at the moment as we move through the middle of a Venus retrograde in this very same spot. So Venus is co-present here in Leo. And Venus has already made her Cazimi. Cazimi being a conjunction with the sun. And in Venus's case, this Venus conjunction in the heart of the sun, the Venus Cazimi, marks the halfway point in the 40 days and 40 nights of a Venus retrograde. So our planet of love, pleasure, and beauty is in the throes of being reborn as a morning star in the sky while this moon is new. Of course, it is the monthly conjunction between the sun and moon that creates a new moon. So we are very on theme here. There is newness, novelty, rebirth, reset of both of our feminine principles, the moon and Venus. In the sign, Leo, of the self, of the vital life force energy, of personal expression, fixed fire energy of being. The very essence of all of our feminine energy is getting a glow up, you could say. Because the ruler of this new moon is the sun. Leo is the sun sign. That improves the quality of our internal vision here and ensures a spotlight on the darkest of inner things. New moons refer to the dark moon. So, how do you want to be seen? What in your life has been perhaps an act, a mere performance of you versus the real thing? What does it mean to be you? How do you yourself understand and define your own identity? Who you have been is implicit in who you are, But the past and the future can be robbers of the present moment, pulling our life force energy, Leo stuff, into times that are no longer or not yet. And this new moon is about you right now and what you want, what you need, and about what's changing and what you're realizing has changed. What needs, what wants have changed. There is just one planet making an exact aspect to this moon to the degree. And that is Uranus at 23 degrees of Taurus, making a dynamic 90-degree square angle with this Leo new moon. An angle of the nature of Mars that forces action or resolution. Since Venus, the ruler of Taurus, where Uranus is retrograde in Leo, as I said, and still invisible under the beams of the sun. The sun is too close for us to be able to see her in the sky in the morning. So since this is true, I think these personal circumstance changes are going to feel like they cut right through, right to the heart of things. Uranus shakes things up. It turns over tables. It disrupts. It innovates. It brings invention. It upsets apple carts. And the boat being rocked over the next 2 weeks of this lunar cycle is going to be the very vessels of ourselves. As our hearts change, we act and manifest differently. Our identities beget our concepts around the very parameters within which we're allowed to act. What we are permitted to want. The things we believe we could actually get. Goals don't seem achievable unless we can imagine the outcome. And this Uranus square, the new moon in Leo, is here to remind you that you will not make shots you don't take. Your own rigid paradigm is perhaps the thing caging your inner creativity. On the other side of discomfort, Uranus stuff, is perhaps some previously unknown satisfaction, Venus in Leo. Stepping into and stepping up feel good, right? Transcending previous stubborn blocks feels amazing. So let Uranus do what it does and rock your literal world. Because Uranus connects with the moon, yes. But also, Uranus, this shocking change maker, connects to Mars, the planet of action, moving and doing in Virgo by trine, a trine being a 120-degree angle of the nature of Jupiter. Meaning, the electrifying Uranian influence is here to help us up into a higher realm, to catalyze us to long-awaited positive action, to evolve our ideas of what has to be or what we must do. So on the day of this new moon, be loose. Don't expect anything specific. Unmet expectation is the root of most disappointment. And the disruption today is for your highest good. Trust. But breaking through can also just feel like breaking. So remember, breaking isn't always bad. It can be like the Japanese art of kitsungi, fixing broken porcelain by joining it with seams of gold, gold being a very leonine color. Self-help is like this. Healing is like this. Growing is like this. It hurts so very good to get out of your comfort zone and into a better place. This new moon in Leo is also making an auspicious trine, that Jupiterian angle of flow, not force, towards higher good, with the North Node at 26 degrees of Aries. The sun is the ruler of this moon in Leo, but the sun is also the exaltation ruler of Aries. This is an underline. This is for your benefit. This whole new moon and everything that seems to fall apart or together around it these following 2 weeks. And for your benefit during these 2 weeks, you may also want to join me and Dallas-based journalist Sonia Azad alongside Breathwork Beauty Emily Dewberry, Soundbath Extraordinaire Lauren Margulies, and Mala Maven Aaron Cruz for Mindful Me, a day-long wellness retreat at Canopy Hilton Dallas Uptown on Tuesday, August 22nd, just before we enter Virgo season. Expect an hour of Astrology 101 with me and gentle movement, meditation, pranayama, light bites, mala making, all kinds of good stuff. And listen to this. Text Astrology listeners can use code VIP for 50% off of tickets to attend. So go to eventbrite.com and search Mindful Me for more details and for registration. You can also send me a note at Rachel Ruth Tate on Instagram or at textastrology.com with any questions about the event. So join me, learn some astrology, do some wonderful self-care stuff, so aligned with that Leo into Virgo season. And now let's take a short break for a word from our other sponsors.
Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today.
And here we are with the second half of the show. It's time to talk through current transits or the cosmic weather. So here are the top 3 stories this new moon in Leo lunar cycle. First transit. The sun enters Virgo on Wednesday, August 23rd, overnight at 3:38 a.m., where it remains until the start of Libra season in late September. When the sun changes signs, it changes the personality of the filter that our own life force energy expresses through. Virgo is the 6th sign in the zodiac, our mutable earth sign ruled by Mercury and represented by the Virgin. The sun here gives all of our expressed energy this mercurial fine filter. Mercury not only rules Virgo, but it exalts there as well. And this Virgo season, we have the ruler at home, Mercury in Virgo, where it does its best work, directing traffic and organizing anything and everything. So expect the schedule to fill, stuff to shift, and busy to be the word. Mercury is only ever one sign away from the sun, so it's not atypical for our tiny planet of thought, expression, and exchange, Mercury, to be around in Virgo to give direction while the sun is also there in Virgo. But for this go-around, Mercury is doing its retrograde, ensuring the hermaphroditic lord of the house remains, bonifying or benefiting the whole retrograde situation. Mercury also references children who are, of course, an expression of their parents. And this back-to-school time period rests squarely on Virgo's shapely shoulders each year. Doesn't that make sense? The period of late summer adjustment, mutable signs end seasons. Virgo ends the summer. So this mutable summer that revolves around the schedules of children and commerce, right? Late August, there's Mercury all over it. And of course, Virgo is Mercury's yin sign. So mom is all over this, mom energy. Virgo season is mom season with women front and center as domestic transport and in-school teaching positions. The ladies get moving at this time of year. And remember, Mars is also still co-present in Virgo. So there's going to be even more of an amped up energy early around these chores, tasks, and general itinerary items. On the go, on the fly. Remember, Virgo is mutable, so we may be having to be flexible and constantly adapting our daily planner to what is coming up in the moment. With Mars, trust stuff is going to change, come up, and occur. So roll with it. Think grace and ease. And take advantage of the readily available high-quality brain power and get ready to organize, transport, review, edit, and plan your heart out this Virgo season, because that's what Virgo season is about. But it's especially underscored this year because our second transit, Mercury, stations retrograde at 21 degrees of Virgo, just hours after the sun enters Virgo on Wednesday, August 23rd, as well at 2:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. That means this Virgo season is going to contain an unconventional amount of review. Virgo likes to review, but perhaps some serious reworking of our ideas and being as flexible as it takes to make it happen is in order. Expect your best laid plans to perhaps fall by the wayside in favor of what really needed to transpire. Like I said earlier, this Mercury in Virgo is grade A high quality Mercury, the best that we can get. And any retrograde here is one that will serve us much better than if the retrograde Mercury were of a lower caliber. We will still have those classic Mercury retrograde hiccups, delays, mix-ups, etc., but Virgo at least prepares us with mental faculties that can take in and integrate whatever curveballs and miscommunications the retrograde journey throws at us or to us. Certain things are hard to talk about and maybe even more complicated to express or understand. But Mercury in Virgo is here for you, purifying the mind and the voice and supporting the thoughts as we go back, retreading territory that we had already put some thought into when Mercury treaded the first time around. Rethinking, reimagining, reintegrating, reorganizing, revamping, revealing, reestablishing, recommitting, responding. Expect a lot of augmentation and serious editing. Mercury's last retrograde was in Taurus, our fixed earth sign, along the very same degrees where Jupiter in Taurus will retrograde later this fall. These iterations of Mercury retrograde in earth signs speak to the material of our minds, our values, the literal stuff that we are made of and that we make, the physical world around us. With earth signs, everything is tangible. The Mercury retrograde changes will be tangible here as well. Virgo reminds us that there is a beauty to arranging things carefully. Mercury retrograde here says that revision makes things more perfect, that refinement is a perennial process, and that total perfection is a myth. Mercury in Virgo is always making progress, always refining. We are never too old or too young or too anything to learn. Mars is still here in Virgo for a few more days after Mercury's station as well. There may be some immediate right or left turns we are required to make when this station happens. We may have to hit the ground running, perhaps even running back to cover ground and recover some of what we might have missed or left behind. Mars can also amp up the discomfort, making us feel quite uncomfortable as well. So perhaps the active mind, the rumination, the triggers, all that could be coming up when Mercury's station happens. It may even be a stubborn task that just remains undone no matter how much effort you're throwing at it. Trust, though, that all loose ends will be tied up with Mercury in Virgo. Mercury would never leave shoelaces untied, this one, Mercury in Virgo. We might be tripping ourselves up, though, so do watch for that. And this will be especially true within our interpersonal relationships and communication, because after Mars leaves the Virgo action, our third transit happens. Mars enters Libra on Sunday, August 27th at 8:15 a.m., where it remains until entering its own domicile of Scorpio on October 11th. I will not lie. Mars through Libra is not going to be an easy, simple transit, and it never is. Mars is our principle of activity, motion, and doing. So conflict and war are its dominion too. And Libra is the seventh sign in the zodiac, our cardinal air sign ruled by Venus and represented by the scales. Yes, the scales of justice. Mars is in detriment in Libra, meaning it has a difficult time expressing its own significations, its own meanings, through the Venusian lens of balance and peace. It's kind of hard to sever something and bring it together at the same time. Mars in Libra, in my mind, almost feels like you're only able to do what your relationships allow, or acting in the interest of another limits yourself, sort of peace negating war, other mirroring self. And we have the south node of the moon here in Libra too. The south node being one of the 2 points at which the sun's apparent path and the moon's actual orbit cross. So the north node is in Aries, south node is in Libra. And this south node, it gives us one of the eclipse points. You can think of the south node like the repulsive end of a magnet, or skin that sheds, or a drain that pulls down and moves away. Mars with the south node can feel like being sapped of energy, being fatigued, generally being tired, kind of not feeling like doing it. In this case, the fatigue is somewhat around the peace that you've been keeping. Or maybe you're tired even of the conflict that you haven't started. Or perhaps you're just fed up. You're finally working up the nerve to stick up for yourself. During Mars's transit through Libra, we have no choice but to involve others in our activities, Mars, and to be involved in the activities of others, Libra. Since this is Virgo season, sun-wise, it might mean that we're having to make choices about who or what takes priority, or which person's activities take precedence over the others. Or there might just be stress around making it all happen. Mercury, though, is also one of the triplicity rulers of Libra and all air signs. So expect the retrograde energy, that sort of redo, review thing, to continue to apply to our martial actions and activities as Mars goes through Libra. We might have slips of the tongue or give unintentional offense, verbal gaffes, foot and mouth, awkward tension. And remember, Venus, which rules Libra, it isn't direct yet either. Saturn is the exaltation ruler of Libra. It's retrograde too. So Mars in Libra is really going to be hit with that retrograde energy. It's just a change of heart, a change of action, of thought. And changing of the heart and the thought means that we are changing behavior as well. Mars, right? Learning and healing and adapting, these are changing. And this is not easy stuff. Getting out of the ordinary or adjusting modes of operation are truly hard things. They're emotional. And sometimes when we change things, other people don't enjoy the changes. That can create some conflict. But change is continual and review essential, because we cannot stay the same. Literally, we can't. No living things can fight the river of time. We are all becoming. We are being born again. We are turning corners with this Mars in Libra, fully accepting and surrendering to the process, even if it makes us uncomfortable. We are deepening into the truth of who we are and what has happened. And that, you kind folks, brings us to our key words for the upcoming quality of time. These new moon in Leo weeks will be dynamic, energized, nostalgic, revelatory, and expressive. Which brings us to our do's and don'ts for this solar lunation. Do express yourself authentically. You are yourself best expressed. Don't be selfish about attention. Share the spotlight and the time. Do spend quality time with yourself. There's going to be a lot to internally review. Don't get grumpy and gripe or complain at others too much. No nagging. They won't want to hang. Do prepare and plan with intention and care. It's a good time to get organized. Don't expect to hold too tightly to the schedule. Go with the flow. Grace and ease. With those last directives, here is one more. Please like, subscribe to, rate, and comment on Text Astrology on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. and consider coming to Mindful Me. Everybody loves a good day retreat. Thank you again for listening to this new Moon in Leo edition of the show. Shine bright. That's it for this episode, folks. Meet me here every full and new moon for more cosmic wisdom. For now, you can find me on Instagram at Rachel Ruth Tate and at Astrology, or between the pages of my book, Meditations on Being, available on Amazon and wherever else you purchase books.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.
Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips. Get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today.
In a world where dreams meet reality, there exists a place where your business can flourish. That place is Shopify. Imagine having the power to craft your online store with tools that make it as easy as a gentle breeze. Whether you're an artisan of handmade wonders, a creator of digital treasures, or a curator of the latest trends, Shopify stands by your side. With its customizable templates, seamless integrations, and support that's always there, your dream store is just a heartbeat away. Join millions of visionaries around the globe and let Shopify guide you on your journey. Visit roguemedianetwork.com/Shopify. That's roguemedianetwork.com/SHOPIFY. And embark on your free trial. Shopify, where your commerce dreams come to life.